Jest to wielki szmat czasu i wiele rzeczy, które się nakładały na siebie, jeśli chodzi o życie żydowskie w świecie, kiedy ten instytut powstawał. W tym czasie, a był to rok 1925, w ogóle lata 20., w tym czasie na świecie razem wziąwszy było 11 milionów ludzi, którzy uważali jidysz za ich język.
Hello, and welcome to Moments with Marek, the story of my father, Marek Web, the man he was, and his struggle with Alzheimer's disease. My father was a man of letters, and this is why this episode is entitled Eloquent. He was an intellectual who knew that how you said things was at least as important as what you said. He was well versed in communicating in an eloquent, intelligent way that people listened to, but that he did not come off as snobbish or condescending, just smart. This was my father. As a child, my father was sent away to Uzbekistan, to Tashkent, and stayed there for 5 years in the beginning of the 40s to get away from the invading Nazis. And there he learned one of the 4 languages he would eventually be able to fluently speak, that being Russian, in addition to obviously Polish, his birth language, and Yiddish, which he learned from his parents and in school later on, and also English when he came to America. So my father was able to speak 4 languages fluently and effectively communicate in all 4 languages. When my father spoke, people would listen to him. He knew how to put words together in such a way that drew people to him, that were clear, that people understood what he was saying and respected what he was saying. He was also a voracious reader. Any visit to his apartment would strike you with visions of bookshelves everywhere, filled to the brim with books, and more books, and encyclopedias, and journals, and novels, and manuscripts, and maps, and art. My father also had his own works. He was an author and an editor for many years and contributed to innumerable works, including this one, Poem, which was published around the year 2000, that he significantly contributed to. But you know, beyond all of his professional accomplishments, what sticks with me the most is his voice as pertains to me, how he spoke with me. And his voice sticks with me forever. For instance, for my wedding, he wrote a speech because he knew he would be videotaped making this speech. And he didn't just want to put together some normal run-of-the-mill speech that everybody puts together. He wanted to put together something special, and he did it in his own inimitable way. Nobody could do it like him. So here is an excerpt. Nowadays, things are quite different from what they used to be. There were times, not that far back, when a marriage was arranged by the matchmaker and the parents of prospective newlyweds, and that was it. Easy done. Today, the parents are like sitting ducks, fielding shots from their marriageable children and hoping for the best. And so it was with Raphael's parents, Anna and myself, that we would learn from the horse's mouth that this from Raphael about his latest choices of heart. And thus it came to pass one day over Capellini Primavera, in the Bella Napoli restaurant across the street from the Forest Hills post office, which Raph and I used to frequent, that he said, "By the way, Dad, I went out with this very nice girl from our office." To which I, cool guy that I am, said, "Have another beer." But Raphael kept talking about this very nice girl, and so we took notice. Now, look at this speech. This isn't just the normal run-of-the-mill speech. He created a story. The way he put his words and phrases together, it's not just a story itself. It's also an ambiance, an environment that places you right in the middle of a scene. This was how my father communicated. And so when it came to the day of the marriage, he took his speech, and my father, being my father, didn't read it exactly, but paraphrased from it.
Is it working? It's working. Okay. I don't want one word to be missed. I'll say, yeah. Okay. So, well, nowadays things are quite different from what. No, no, because it's not for you guys. It's for him. It's for the camera. It's for the film. Okay, but you better listen to me because it's interesting. Okay, okay. Anyway, I think I'll give up on that. Okay, right. What I want to say is there is a Jewish proverb which says that loneliness doesn't pay, even in paradise. So it's therefore a most joyful thing for all of us, the parents, for all in the family, and for everybody in this room, as we wish Patricia and Raphael many years of togetherness in joy and in peace. Thank you very much. Okay, was that enough?
And you could see the joy in his face, not only of the moment, but of bringing that speech, which he spent so much time writing, forward to everybody to hear. A speech he wrote for me. So now let's fast forward 18 years. It's 2019. My father is beginning his struggle. The Alzheimer's is creeping in. And yet at that point, he is still able to bring together all of his strength and all of his skills in a retirement party from the place he worked at for 49 years. He gave a speech which was poignant and beautiful and about everybody else, not so much about him, as you will see.
After what Fruma told you, okay, it doesn't matter whether this is a lot or a little or something. What matters is we lived through it, and we made our lives good, and I mean, we are proud of it, all of us. And I thank you for Fruma's words. Well, I thank you for your attention. You are as beautiful people as all those who went through these archives for all those years and kept it alive. I thank you very, very much. Thank you.
And so this is the part of the podcast where I start talking about the terrible things that Alzheimer's does. And in this case, yes, what did Alzheimer's rob from my father? Well, you can see what it robbed from my father. It robbed him of his eloquence. One of the things that Alzheimer's does is it ultimately robs you of your ability to speak. And it's not something that's instant. It's a slow burn. And it's constant, and it never gets better. And so what I had to watch was my father's ability to express himself slowly disappear away. And that's sad for me, but you know what? I will always have that wonderful thing he gave me, because I always try to get a silver lining out of this. I will always have that wonderful thing he gave to me. That even though he went from something like this to something like this, where he couldn't even read his own mail, the thing he loved to do so much, read, I will always have this beautiful speech that he put all that effort into. If you really read the entirety of this speech, you will see everything that made my father such an eloquent, well-spoken, intelligent man. And that's what I am going to keep from all of this. And I hope you all do too. So thank you. And until next time, this was Moments with Marek.